Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. Alright, dude. Alright. Mina Chang. Who is Mina Chang? Apparently, she's got a job at the State Department. She's got a long title. What the hell is it? And she has embellished her resume quite dramatically, And the funniest part is the fake time cover that she had, at least in one interview from her past. She literally brought it with her, and was asked about it. Because it's the cover of Time. I don't exactly know how. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could just kind of, if you're her, write that off as just sort of a joke. I mean, who would believe that I made the cover of Time? Good question, But the person who was interviewing her, just didn't know and was like, "How did you manage to do that?" And she does it specifically. I'll show you a clip of it. It's from her own website, where she's speaking to somebody at some community college in Texas, where she's from. She's from Dallas, I believe. So she is the Deputy Assistant Secretary in the State Department's Bureau of Conflict and Stability Operations, okay? And, it says how she has inflated her educational achievements and exaggerated the scope of her nonprofit's work, which is linking the world. She's in the media quite a bit, and it's not absolutely clear, even if she has an undergraduate degree. I think it says from her LinkedIn page, which I don't have up here. I had all up last night. It was just too late. I was too tired to do it. So, I think she may have gotten a degree from some like unaccredited Christian online university. Maybe that's what this is, dude. Dutre Global Business School. I don't think so, though, because her video is on here as well, promoting the school. It's some kind of online business program that's based in Australia. Online business, online school. Whatever, dude. And, I mean, there's a video. It's posted there. That's November 1st, 2018. Getting totally off topic. There's stuff all over about her, from her charity, where she did travel the world, but it boasts of having, like, a presence in 30 countries and so forth. I think it's raised a total of $30,000. Not $30,000, $300,000 in a given year. The last time it filed with the IRS, it's actually lost its nonprofit status. There's a lot to tell you that doesn't even matter, But it just seems like there's a lot of holes in the various things she's stated about herself and so forth, So since this is NBC that did this investigative report, which did look into this quite a lot. Since that time, they've removed the photo of her, on this. Actually, I think the Time magazine photo was in here, probably in the section where it talks, where it says media or whatever, featured in, probably published articles, and that's no longer there, something like that. Maybe it was up there actually, and it was just flat out. That would be, I don't know what that would be. I don't know if that's fraud or what. Anyways, they've removed that, and the link to donate, the button to donate from the webpage, and it's no longer has nonprofit status because it didn't do its last filing that's required every 3 years for nonprofits. There's a very specific process you have to go through tax-wise to have that status and so forth, that tax advantage status. Whatever, dude. So. But she was supposedly going to go on. She was being considered. She was being nominated to be for an even bigger job, government job, one with a budget of more than $1 billion, until Congress started asking questions and they basically pulled her nomination. So, I think they started asking for more. The gap between Chang's actual qualifications and her claims appear to be the latest example of lax vetting by the Trump administration. And I'll play the segment where it asks about her Time magazine cover. So, what the hell was I going to say? Oh, I remember it. I mean, she's really all over the place. And this is from recent. So according to this, and this is UNTV, and they're saying this presidential spokesman. I don't know if it's the presidential spokesman for the Philippines or some other country, because it says MAL. I want to say Malaysia Palace, but I don't know. Was saying that she was being considered to be the envoy and eventually the ambassador to the Philippines. I mean, that's what this article says. I mean, this new, and then I think there's a later article, a few days later or a month later, clarifying, saying that she's not being considered for that position.
This was how presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo describes the reported newest U.S. envoy to the Philippines. But behind her looks, who really is the incoming United States ambassador to the Philippines? She is Mina Chang, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Bureau of Conflict and Stabilization Operations of the U.S. Department of State.
So, she's still at the Department of State. They do they connect her to a very close friend of Mike Pompeo's, Bulatow, I think is his last name. I forget his first name. Brian Bulatow, who was a classmate of Mike Pompeo's and followed him to the CIA. He was the director of operations or something at the CIA, and then he's now at the State Department with Mike Pompeo. As the Undersecretary of State for Management. And he was the chief operating office for this Central Intelligence Agency when Mike Pompeo was the CIA director. But apparently, I don't know if he knows her personally. He attended some of her fundraisers and bid on some item that for like $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000. That's basically a donation to their nonprofit, to their cause, linking the world. Which is supposed to basically identify areas that are rife for terrorists to rise up because of the economic distress and given in various parts of the world, whatever, dude. So, but supposedly that's the only connection they can make with for her to the Trump campaign, and it believes that that's how she got the job from this dude. And that's how it's reported on her Instagram page. Here's the video of her with the Time magazine, just explaining it. Well, she doesn't explain it; she avoids it because she almost laughs because it's hilarious. And it's not. I don't know if it's here or another article. They show that the cover of the Time magazine, like the barcode is basically when you look down at the number, it just has like the numbers 1 through 10. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like totally spoofed, but she uses it to promote herself. In her past, she actually introduced a holiday album. She actually has a very, very nice voice, and she sung. It says at the CBS 2012 Woman That Soar Awards event. I don't know if that's CBS like nationally or the local affiliate in Texas somewhere, but she sang more than one song. This is Superwoman. There was another one with the Michael Jackson song that she sang as well at that event. She's got a very pretty voice, actually. And when you see her speak, not just doing YouTube videos or in various parts of the world, she did travel the world. She has a very good speaking ability, for sure. Speaking in front of large groups of people. She's obviously, she's kind of attractive. I don't think that's hurt, in this thing. So, but over at her YouTube page, she's got pictures with various people, before she went to Washington, for this job with Bill Clinton, Karl Rove, Secretary of Defense, is it Bill Gates? No, not Bill Gates. Gates. I forget his first name. There's another picture where she's there with Sotomayor, or the Supreme Court justice, the Hispanic one. She's with some young girl who I don't believe is her daughter, but somebody from probably another country or something like that, possibly a refugee. I don't know, dude. What the hell is that Supreme Court justice's name? And I can't bring up the picture because there's young kids in it and stuff. Here's the Instagram account. Here she's pictured with Sotomayor. That's it. Sotomayor. So she's obviously managed to at least get herself photo with high-profile persons, David Petraeus over the CIA, and many of these pictures are from David Petraeus, I think, is from 2016. That's actually pictured right here. 2017. This actually is from 2016. This is the presidential campaign, and this is, I believe, this is in Dallas. I'm fairly certain, because at the same event or the same exact time, April 2016, she's pictured with Karl Rove as well. This is like right in the heat of the campaign. Actually, I mean, that's right around I think March, April, May. Dude, I think that's before. I don't know when Super Tuesday is. If that's in March or May. I think Super Tuesday's in March. Oh, dude. But that's the campaign, okay? And she's working for a Republican, presidential administration. Super Tuesday. March 3rd. So that would be March. This is March. This is right before Super Tuesday month, Anyways. So here is her basically explaining that photo from her website. She still works at the State Department. She makes a very good salary, man. She makes, 6 figures, and they note that in this report. Like I said, now that this came out, her nomination to some other higher post where she was going to be overseeing $1 billion of budget has been pulled. But I don't know that I assume she'll remain. I don't know. Here's that.
So we're making these programs. Let's take a look at some pictures you brought with you of your work around the world, okay? So here you are in Time Magazine. Congratulations. Tell me about this cover and how this came to be.
Well, we started using drone technology in disaster response, and so that was when the whole talk of how is technology being used to save lives in disaster response scenarios are being used, and I suppose I brought some attention to that. The UN has now adopted that, and many organizations are using it.
Were you the first one to use drones?
No, we weren't, but we were the first organization.
I suppose, that's pretty much the whole story there. In her resume, I mean, she makes various claims that are sort of ridiculous. I mean, she claims that she spoke at both national conventions during the campaign, the Democrat National Convention and the Republican National Convention. And she was actually in both places at that time, in Cleveland and in Philadelphia, during the time that those conventions were taking place. And she spoke at somewhere else, but just not at the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, or the Republican National Convention. She claimed to be a part of some UN panel that it appears that she never was. And in her education, damn it, I want her LinkedIn page job. No. Shoot. It says she's like, it makes it look like she went to Harvard Business School, kind of. But it just says that she's an alumna, which technically you're allowed to state that, for certain programs, as long as you took at least one course, which is what she did, for like a 7-week program, and that's basically what it says in here, about that. Yeah. Chang says in her official biography that she is an alumna of Harvard Business School. According to the university, Chang attended a 7-week course in 2016 and does not hold a degree from the institution. Harvard Business School spokesperson Mark Caudilla said the school grants alumni status to anyone who attends certain executive education programs, even without having earned a degree there. Her bio on the State Department's website says she's a graduate of the program of the Army War College, but the program she attended was a 4-day seminar on national security. It actually shows, this is how people use social media to just basically, kind of present themselves in a different light, obviously, you know. I'm telling you, she has talent. She has talent as a talented speaking ability. I mean, that's not an easy thing to get up in front of a crowd of 100 or more people and speak and not be completely freaked out, or singing in front of people. I guarantee you, she's learned that from singing publicly, and she has a very beautiful singing voice, you know. But I will say, you know, it has this cultish feel to this. Nobody else, so many people like this woman. I'm not talking about her now. I'm talking about Tulsi Gabbard. People love her. A lot of people like her, and I don't trust her at all. I think she's, you know, totally underhanded, and she's not what she represents. You know, she's not what she, you know, appears to be at all. And she has a certain cultish way about her. Even the way she dresses, the way Tulsi Gabbard puts on that white outfit. You know, it's like a cult leader, and they just talk in these vague generalities and stuff, and it's really quite creepy, man. You know, stay away from her, believe me. And for those of you, I liked her too, so don't, you know, this is like Trump does this. Trump is a cult leader, dude. You know, these people, they tie you in, they get you to basically sort of in one way or another to yourself, you know, like kind of swear, you know, like say that you like them, and then you feel foolish when you don't anymore. But don't feel foolish, and that's the whole. Just cut it, dude, and say, you know, no, so what? You know, no big deal. We're all made fools of, you know, silly. You know, we're all silly all the time. No big deal. But where was I with this? So, you know, this is Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. I mean, this is her education, Harvard Kennedy School. United States Army War College. It definitely makes it look at Harvard Business School program, advanced management program, and so on and so forth. You've heard enough. It's pretty much the story there. And yeah, that's it, dude. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I will see you in the next video. Later, man.